That's fun. Fun time.
I love to have fun on the net.
All right. All right. All right. All right.
I want to do like a people. Does anyone here play the new Pokemon game?
No.
My children.
When they talk, their arms go like this. When they talk.
Should we do this?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It really does. I don't understand like the way their hand is. That's what I was doing. Anyway.
Okay. Do y'all have Audacity open?
Oh.
Yes. You fucking know.
Actually, hold on. Let me close out of it just to like be safe. Start a new one up. Oh, that's not what I want. Okay, microphone. Yes. Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
No, I'm ready now.
Okay. On go. 3, 2, 1, go. We're recording.
Recording the podcast.
The podcast.
Podcast.
It's a podcast.
Podcast.
Wow. All right.
Getting weird in here.
Sorry. Today is the first day that actually this evening is the first evening that Bajai has not been at my house, and we've been like singing, and we had a gay old time this week.
Gay old time, just like the Flintstones.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Because they're gay.
And old.
And it's very old.
They are cuddly boys.
All right. Shall we begin?
Yes. Let's.
I'm gonna die. Okay. Greetings, adventurers. You have joined us for another episode of the Drunks and Dragons podcast. I am your dungeon master, Michael DiMauro, and with me is Mike Bachmann.
Oh, hi.
Nika Howard.
Hey guys.
And Jennifer Teague.
Real weird vibe up in here so far this week, guys.
This is good. This is good.
What's going on?
Tim wants to punish you, the fans, and that's why he still doesn't want to podcast with us.
He's just so lazy. He will stop playing Skyrim on the couch.
He's been playing for 2 weeks.
He will not stop.
He loves those old games.
He loves them.
He loves the oldest games. Yeah, it's been a full week without, and I don't know, how did you guys feel? Did you guys feel good last episode? Like really good?
You know, I felt like we had
Like our best episode?
minus the real like the downer part of it and having to try to confront what happened. I felt pretty good.
Yeah, you know it was good when we like immediately rush off to do something else and not deal with our problems. I like that a lot.
We can really dig into them this episode.
Listen.
No.
Listen.
Nope.
I'm not ready to cry up in this podcast.
Yeah. Like this is a thing that might actually happen.
Nah.
Yeah. Crying? Oh, yeah.
You know where people don't cry? At GeeklyCon. GeeklyCon.com. Buy your tickets today. GeeklyCon.
I cried there.
Zero crying.
I've cried a few times at GeeklyCon.
Uh-huh.
I have tears of joy.
It's true. I cry.
Hey, who wants to roll? I still have this cough. Sorry.
You've had it for a week, Michael.
It's been a
you're
long
dying.
time. I might be dead. I have consumption. Roll D20, everybody.
Ooh.
8.
I rolled a 6.
Hold on.
Jennifer, you're the only one who tells the truth. That's why you're
Tell
gonna
the
read it.
truth?
You're gonna
I
read it
rolled a
every time.
3.
Wait, are you guys really?
See, this proves it. 6.
Oh, Jennifer, I appreciate your honesty.
I rolled a
good.
3. Michael.
I'm the number 1 good girl of D&D podcast. But Nika's the number 2 good girl. So,
Wait, we are one girl.
that's true. We are the number 1 and 2 good girls
Jennifer,
combined together.
You're the Yuri, and
Oh
Nika.
my gosh, because I have anxiety.
and Nika is Yurio, and
Oh!
And Mike Bachmann is that fluffy dog.
Oh, 100%.
Wait, who's Victor?
Oh.
Who is the true?
I'm Victor.
We're gonna fuck.
Oh, that's not what that show's
Hey,
about.
listen, if you guys don't know what the heck we're talking about, again, this is a Yuri on Ice podcast.
Why has this not been a thing yet? Let's start this.
It's the best.
Okay, well, since I'm the number one good girl boy, Yuri Katsuki of D&D podcast, I'll tell you what happened last week.
Please do.
Well, we were directly in the aftermath of the death horrors of our good friend Harper. Covered in his goo, we started to try to figure out what the heck happened, but luckily there was a fight outside, so we did not have to deal with our emotions just yet. We run outside. There's some bad dudes in animal masks out there trying to just fucking wail on our friends, real rude guys. And our other good friends, Lex and oh my god, Ren, the beautiful witches, come to save us, and we killed all of them. Well, all minus the one that we turned into a baboon. Did he die too, though? Or is he
He's still a baboon.
Oh, he's still a baboon. And one guy went to somewhere. I don't know. We banished him. And that's pretty much. Is that where we ended it?
That's where we end. Your witch friends were like, where's Harper?
Oh, yeah. I was trying to not have to answer. Here's the thing that sucks is that we're gonna have to answer this question so many times.
Can we just round everyone up?
Hey, listen, here's some bad news.
When they say that, Bucky and Roz and Aaron and everyone's favorite Marlon and Winlor all turn to you and go, "Where is Harper?" And Ren goes, "We had a terrible premonition."
Fuck. What was it?
And that Harper would die, and so we tried to get here as soon as we could. We located you.
That, mates.
We used our cognitive scrying, or no, erase that word that I just said. We used our scrying and magic stuff, and so we found you, and we were hoping we could get here in time to save Harper. But from the look in your face, I have a bad feeling.
Yeah, Harper, it's our fault. We misinterpreted the signs, and we should have. The second that he saw Longcrier, he exploded.
What? Uncle Harper's dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Didn't you revivify him?
He's a pilot too.
We would have loved to have done that if we could have, but you can't revivify a pile of goo.
I walk over and I put a hand on Bucky's shoulder and I say, "Don't worry, mate. Harper lives on in here." And
Oh my god!
My own chest.
Bucky slumps to the ground and just starts bawling his eyes out.
Aludra runs over to give him a hug.
Ross goes, "Harper, no. Why did this happen? I knew I should have gone in with you. God damn it."
This is our fault. This is my fault.
It is not your fault, Aludra.
It's really fucked up that the time that we finally do what he wants us to do, this is what happens. We were right all along. We should never have done what Harper said to do. How are we going to tell his family?
Marleman Winlor, who is one of Harper's guards, looks very upset as well. And Aaron Cole, the wizard, goes, where are his remains?
Well,
I would not say anything, but I would just make the noise and then look over at Jett.
here and there.
I mean, I'm sure they're around.
They're inside him. they're inside. Listen, I feel like explaining this plan. You guys are gonna really think we're stupid when I explain what we did. But Jett turned into a cupboard and we hid inside. And Harper, he exploded in there. And then Jett turned back into, as you can see him now. So, I think you can deduce where Harper is. He's inside of this.
Where is Harper?
He's inside of Jett.
I mean, if it helps, I ate him.
That does not help. You ate King Harper?
Well, I mean, not through my mouth.
That's not better. Jett, that's not better.
What? You know, he's a goop, and I do love a jelly.
I mean, do you think, is there any chance? Is there any way that we can bring him back, or do we have to?
It's gonna take about 48 hours, love.
Oh God!
God damn it, Jett.
What percentage of a person do you need of them to bring them back?
Out of character, it's fairly ridiculous, and it's like if they died within the last 100 years, you just need to say their name, kind of thing, for the top level.
D&D. I love D&D. Yes.
For the top level spells, I don't know if that's wish or if that's. Yeah, I think that's.
Resurrect. Yeah, because it doesn't. I'll look it up.
Like wish can basically do anything.
Yeah,
but for now.
But
we don't. A time between now and when we would be able to do something.
You guys don't have wish at your disposal. Let's just say.
No.
But do we need to, keep on hand any of Harper just in case?
We should keep something of him.
Okay. What if we put him in a little vial, like in a necklace? We wear him around our necks. Each of us get one.
You could probably.
Yes.
Jaela notices a little chunk of Harper in Aludra's hair.
I pick it out, and do I have some sort of vial or whatever that I stick it in?
It's like Angelina Jolie's blood vial around her neck. This is my Harper vial.
Oh my God. Can we get a piece of heart? How they used to have those little necklaces with the grains of rice with someone's name in them?
Yes.
We just get a little piece of Harper and write his name on it and wear it.
That's so sweet.
Oh.
Marleman says, I'm going to need to go report this back. And he gets all broken up and starts coughing.
He's dying.
He goes, I'm going to need to go report back to Palor's Hope. I'll bring King Harper's possessions back to his family.
Do we have any of his effects?
Yeah, we've got
we'd probably
clothes and
stuff.
Okay. So his clothes are left? Oh man, just goop inside.
Well, no, just change of clothes and stuff like that.
Man, this is so messed up.
his diary, his bedroll.
Oh, all the pictures of his wallet with his pictures of his 15 children.
Oh,
yeah, a picture of a cow with lipstick on it. It was weird.
What could this mean?
Oh boy.
So, I feel like we should go back. I feel like we need to. This is on us. I feel like it's really cowardly just to let Marleman go and
continue on like nothing happened.
Yeah, and that too. I know we have things to do, but this is a real
Harper.
mess. It's number one is Harper, and also what is going to happen to Palor's Hope now? I don't feel like we can just hand this off to someone else. I feel like we need to go and tell Ashia Ardain in person what happened.
Ren and Lex step up, and they, as you remember, let's say this is Lex talking. Do I do a good Nika voice? As
Make it really nasally and annoying.
this is Nika from episode what, like 50 something?
Oh my gosh,
just
so
giggle
early.
a lot and get really nervous.
Oh my gosh, you guys. As you remember, we are witches. We are a coven of changeling witches who protect the lands, and and we are devastated that we've lost our good friend Harper, but I feel like there's some really bad stuff going on in Glane, Jewel of the East.
Fucking Glane.
There's just magical things. Our scrying doesn't even work near there because the interference is there's something going on there that is not right. The amount of magical power surrounding the entire city is just off the charts, like nothing we've ever seen before, and we're seriously worried that that something cataclysmic could be happening.
I mean, maybe it's good magic.
Did you ever think about that, witches?
I mean, you said you can't see in there.
That is true, and we have been tasked. There's a rumor of a terrible monster that is not far off from that area. So we were tracking that monster when we had our premonitions, and our plan was to try to meet up with you and maybe help you with this whole Glane situation.
What do you know of the monster?
Just that it is horrible beyond all accounts, and it is terrorizing the small villages, and I don't know if it has something to do with the situation, but both things came up at the same time, so it does seem like a strange coincidence.
Is there any way that we can quickly get back to Paylor's Hope, and then we can maybe try to, through magical means, get someplace fast after, and that way we can fulfill both duties?
Aaron Cole steps up and says, I can teleport us back to Paylor's Hope, but it could be a month before you get back here. There's no way to teleport back here.
Is there a safe point around, or is there?
Oh yeah, can we go back right before we went into the room with Longcrier?
I'm looking for any glowing bits on the ground, circles,
discolored rocks.
You see a discolored rock.
Oh shit! I pick it up.
I don't have an ink ribbon though, so I can't save.
I'm assuming these
Sorry.
are video game jokes. I don't understand them.
Yeah.
Now, if you told me there was a Pokeball on the ground, I would get that now. That's the extent. That's it. Aludra looks like completely stricken, because this is Aludra's worst nightmare right now, because she loves to save people. She feels obligated, but also she feels incredibly obligated to go and talk to Ashiara Dane and apologize for the murder of her husband, what Aludra feels is the murder of her husband. So this is literally the worst thing that could happen to Aludra, because she's going to disappoint someone no matter what she does, and oh my gosh, she literally will run away from home, as we have seen in the past, if that's the thing. So she looks very upset right now.
What if we compose a letter and explain everything that happened, send his belongings back with everyone else? We can continue on with Lex and Ren, and then we can basically put in the letter that as soon as we can, we'll get back to Paylor's Hope and see maybe if there's anything we can't do to help.
Roz says, I have not always seen eye to eye with this Arshayara Dane, but I do know her fairly well, and as I worked with Harper for years before, while you were off in Yangar or whatever.
That was a little backhanded.
Ichi Rozes. Very good.
But it might be a good idea for me to take the boy, and I've got a cough too. It may be good for me to take the boy. I don't know if it is too dangerous. I mean, look at his leg. It
Oh,
is
Bucky.
it is full of arrows.
I'll give him my last 10. Does he look worse than Roz in terms of health?
They're I'm just toying with your emotions, Nika.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because I'll just heal them and
You
not
don't
feel
have
bad
to.
about it anymore.
You don't have to. You can RP heal them if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, Aludra is like, yeah, no, you're probably right, because everyone that like hangs out with me, it's just terrible things happen to them. It's probably for the best if you take Bucky and away from our little group. Probably for the best. Yep.
I mean, I know I wasn't in the room with you, and I don't want to, how do you say, make any insinuations, but I did know Harper very well, and I was part of his council and such, so it might make the most sense if I were to go back in your stead.
Yeah. No, I think.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I think you're. I think she's right. I think she's right.
I would agree. I think that it makes sense because since we were in the room, it seems most likely that if she were going to lash out at anyone, it would be us. So it
Oh
might
yeah,
be-
she's going to be pissed.
Thank you, Ross.
I mean, now, one thing we're not thinking of, I could just be Harper.
Oh shit. No one has to know.
No one has to know that old Harper's dead.
Oh, no, we can't do that, Jett. That we cannot do that.
I
think that-
mean, I don't know what you mean by cannot.
I think that crosses a line.
Term is should not.
Yeah.
Should not do that.
Ren goes, "Oh, are you a changeling as well?"
Well, I mean, I
Yeah.
don't like to brag.
Like,
I want to
oh.
see a changeling off right now.
The rest of them never turned into piles of goo.
What was that?
Oh, I said the rest of the changelings never turned into piles
I mean,
of goo.
we're right here. Are you?
Oh, sorry, that was out of character.
Oh,
I wasn't
okay.
trying to be rude and talk about them like they weren't
That's
people.
That's really mean.
I love Lex and Ren.
I mean, lots of changelings just don't like to do. I'm a bit Australian now. You see,
His voice is changing right
it's a
before
new
us.
thing I'm trying out. But yeah, lots of changelings don't turn into goo. But it's not because they can't. It's just because they don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why you'd want to be goo.
All right, so wait, is this conversation happening in character? or out of
Now it is.
character?
I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was.
I guess
I was-
she said that out of character. Jett imagined it in character, and then Jett just started continuing the conversation.
What if Jett is like our Deadpool and he hears what we say out of character, but then also just brings it in
Oh my
character?
gosh.
So wait, so what's going on? Who's saying what to whom? And now,
I
somebody
think Jett just
roleplay.
said his.
Yeah, I think we had that conversation.
Yeah. Mine was a general question to you, but Jett was actually saying that in game.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was explaining
Uh,
his gooness.
What do you mean goo?
You know, goo.
Yeah, like like when you turn into a puddle. Like I've seen Jett do it. You can probably do that too, right?
No, we can't.
Wait,
We can't do that.
if you can't do that and you guys are changelings, then does that mean that Jett's not a changeling? Or
I mean, changelings can only change. I mean, they can't change their size and their shape. They could. I mean, we can look like a different person, but
What?
what is it a joke? This puddle thing?
No, Jett, turn into a puddle.
Yeah, let's see it.
I don't know that I want to. What is it? You can't turn into a puddle?
You can?
Maybe
You
he's
answer
like,
first.
maybe this is like a thing like mountain dwarfs versus like, forest dwarfs,
dwarfs.
hill dwarfs
Yeah.
or whatever. It's puddle changelings and non-puddle changelings.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never heard of that, and I know quite a few changelings, but it is
Yes.
a magical realm, so who knows?
Are we all fighting right now?
Oh, wow.
I don't know what's happening. I'm having a very emotional time, and you guys are fighting about goo, and I'm a terrible friend and mother, and can we get a drink somewhere? What time is it?
Late enough.
Okay.
Bucky was, Mom, don't make me go back.
Oh, Bucky, Aludra, I don't know. Is he sitting there? What I'm saying is Aludra puts Buckster's face between her hands. She squished his face. So cute. Bucky, I love you so much. And right now it's not safe. I want to be around you. I want to be near you, but I cannot chance that something bad would happen to you. I can't.
I mean, you need me now, with Harper gone.
Oh, Bucky, I need you always, but I need you to be alive. And being around me is apparently extremely bad luck for staying alive. I've noticed over my time, considering all my friends are dead from the beginning. So, you do me a favor, and I want you to go with Roz, and you be my ambassador in Palor's Hope. I can't think of anyone who would be better than you.
All right. And it's
And we'll be back soon. We're gonna deal with this, and then we will be back, and then we will go. We will travel together again soon. But right now, I just need to know you're safe.
I think I disagree with you, Mom, but I'll do it. I'll do what you say, and I don't want you to. Don't feel bad. Longcrier was the evil one. It's not your fault.
Aludra is weeping, just big tears rolling down her face. She hugs Bucky so hard, maybe a little too hard. She's very strong.
Jett's attempting to capture a couple in a vial for an unknown purpose.
My tears? Well, seems legit. I'm not questioning this. So are they taking off like immediately from here, or?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
All right, so y'all give your various goodbyes.
I'm sad in real life. I like this. Bucky was nice to me. I don't know how to handle it.
You know, it was really terrible. If
Everyone else
Bucky's
is
in-
being
Worse,
mean
when people
and-
say nice things about me, I can't stand it. They're fools.
Aaron draws, I don't know, a pentagram in the dirt.
Yeah. Sure. He draws a picture of Harper's face in the middle.
And I don't know, he cuts a goat's throat and spills it around. And
Who is Aaron worshiping? Like, who's his
well,
god?
this is how they teleport. This is how teleportation works. And unless you have anything else you want to talk about, they wave and they are gone.
Oh god.
All right then, who's hungry?
Oh, I could use a drink.
you gonna drink your dinner?
Yeah, liquid dinner, please.
off we pop.
We ride on these sweet brooms.
You still have griffins. You guys can. Do you guys want to keep your changeling friends with you, or?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
duh, of course.
I mean, not if they can't slosh.
I mean, yeah, if they can't hang in Puddletown,
They're
then no
down the
way.
clown.
Don't you?
Down to town in
changeling could
Wait,
slosh
down
like
to
me.
town in Puddletown.
In Puddletown. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man.
So what's the plan now?
I
Let's
guess
say you
let's head out
guys.
to Blaine.
Are you guys? Do you guys
Oh,
want to
to
like
the east.
make camp here, or do you want to get out of this?
Oh, yeah, I don't know if we want to hang out here. Even
Oh,
in the
you know
big
what? You know what you all need? Is
What?
you need a good night's rest in the jackhouse.
Oh, Jesus.
Please let me forget my sorrows inside of the jerk yurt.
Wait, but aren't the people in the jerk yurt that are there, so it doesn't like make people, so there would just be us like sadly.
Yeah,
No, I have
taking
100.
it.
I have 100 Meeseeks in there.
Oh, yes. That's their whole goal.
Yeah, they do whatever you
Okay.
want as long as it doesn't cause direct harm. Which
Yeah, no, that doesn't. Okay.
I feel like the Meeseeks that are inside the jerk yurt, it's like that thing of like when you're drunk and you like hook up with someone and then the next day you're like, man, I can't believe I did that. That's like every time you go in there, it's like you do some really messed up stuff and then you feel a lot of shame the next day.
as you go in, you're like, man, I can't believe I'm gonna do this.
And you just keep on doing it.
All right. So are you going into the jerk yurt?
Can we get like out of sight from the tower though? Because it just feels really wrong.
Well, the entryway
Yeah.
is concealed, so like once we go in, the entryway disappears behind us
Okay.
until such time as we come
I
out.
just feel
You
like
could do
we
this
just-
right in front of
yeah.
your mom's house; she would
Can we-
never know.
Could we do it where there's like fake windows, but the windows show us like a beach or something that's like super peaceful and not
Not like the place our friend
fucking
died.
Harper's death staring us in the face?
Yeah, as long as I got enough tiny spoons, we can do whatever we want.
All right. So
Let's
you
do it.
guys go make camp somewhere else, and then create.
And a night of debauchery happens. And no one talks about it ever again.
No one
Is it
makes eye
like-
contact. Next day, it didn't happen.
So the next morning, you've all left the jerk yurt, and no one's making eye contact. And
I mean, how could you? Like, the things I've seen are just like burned on my retinas.
Could I, at some point during the night, I would want to talk to Aludra.
sure,
Can we do that?
yeah, of course.
After all the weird stuff happens,
Unspeakable things.
yeah, obviously we don't address it.
No.
It's not weird or anything. She would, like, Jaela would just come up to her and just be like, I don't want you to blame yourself. It wasn't your fault.
I mean, yeah. Okay.
Are you, I mean, obviously things are not okay, but is there anything else bothering you?
Should I take off my headphones?
Michael, take off your headphones.
It's just, I mean, I know this isn't fair, but you said that we shouldn't do it. And my friend's dead, and I don't know how I can handle this. Do they have therapists in Drunkeros?
There's Dr. Brown Smasher.
Got it. Aludra has got to go there.
You could have gotten therapy from a Meeseeks if you wanted to.
Okay.
Tell me what's bothering you.
Okay, I just about had seltzer water come up through my nose every time I laugh. Oh, I don't feel like what these Meeseeks do counts as therapy.
Therapy.
They're not. They can do whatever you want.
Unless
They're
you
not
call
limited.
jerking it therapy.
You know what? I feel like you're marginalizing them based on a stereotype, and they can do so much more than jerk you so right.
Although they can do that.
They can do that.
Can you please jerk my heart?
I want that to be like the #1 single of 2017 is "Jerk Off My Heart."
Oh, the thing that's the most terrible right now is that Aludra is dealing with this in the way that Jennifer would, which is like try to deal with it for 2 seconds and like, I gotta make jokes.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I don't know how to do this.
Okay, so whenever she says, like, basically tries to blame it and be like, Harper was my friend, Jaela would be like, Aludra, he was my friend too. You and him were the first people I ever knew here. You guys were like my family.
I know that was really shitty of me. I'm sorry. I just can't.
No.
I can't deal with this. This is too much. Like, so. I mean, literally, my friends. Like, I'm the only one left now. Like,
Oh my god.
it just feels like I'm cursed or something. Like, everyone around me is just doomed. Like, my brother and Tom and Harper, and like, why does this keep happening?
And bananas.
I am
There was a monkey and bananas.
Untold. Am I just not safe to be around? And you gonna be next? What's gonna happen now? Like, maybe I need to not. Maybe I need to go home.
No,
And bad things happen there too. Oh my god!
You don't
I
need to
need
go
to
home.
leave.
And that's not.
Roll for panic attack.
You get a +3.
Oh boy, what do you roll for that? Oh.
Can I offer an alternative?
Yeah.
No one died before Bucky came around.
You're right. It's Bucky's fault.
That little shit.
Yeah, Luder kind of like puts her head down between her knees. Just like, is there a bag? Is there a paper bag she can breathe into?
She gets out a little leather satchel.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
but it's not your fault, and you don't want to go home. Whenever you were there, it's just part of the job hazard. It's being an adventurer. It's everything that we go out to fight to try to save people from. Eventually, it bites us in the ass.
I just don't know why I'm the one that's left. That's what I don't understand, other than the fact that I am very durable. But
You're extremely tough. And she gives you like a little, like trying to like, maybe hinting at something that happened earlier in the joke here.
Luder like kind of smiles and she's like, yeah. Well,
First rule of Jerk Club.
don't talk about what happened in Dirt Club. I mean, I guess the least that I can do, I mean, the most I can do is just to keep trying to do good and protect the people around me for, you know, whatever time I have left on this terrible hell earth. And, you know, and try to raise Bucky to be a good young man, and he's just so good. She started crying again.
She like, we'll hug her if she doesn't push her off. So
No,
she'll let her.
she allows it. She allows
Okay,
it. Luder allows it.
And she'll be like, we all have each other to look after, and I know that I'm gonna fight like hell to never let anything happen to you, and that's eventually, not eventually, I'm sorry, inevitably things like this might happen, but in the end, we are making a lot more lives better in our deaths.
Can I share something with you that I just thought of right now?
I imagine Dad's just gooped up from the time.
He's like hanging. Oh my god. He's the Dale Earnhardt Jr. Or Dale Earnhardt jacket again. It's been like just hanging on the wall that we haven't noticed.
And then the like arms like takes over.
This is something that I just thought of just now. 100% copyright me. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened.
Oh, Jett! Oh my god! Aludra hugs the Dale Earnhardt jacket. She hugs the Dale Earnhardt jacket, and then she brings it over to Jaela and squishes him between the two of them. Big group hug.
Oh.
Okay.
This is great. The Jett just sloshes out of the
down.
middle of them.
Yeah.
It's like later.
Yeah. So he leaves, and then curtain down. scene goes black.
And then next morning.
Okay. Is the next morning. Everyone can't make eye contact because of the gross stuff that happened in the jerk and I kind of want to just end it there.
We can.
Oh.
It's a little early, but I feel like
It's like
I feel like it'd be,
good.
the
I feel like
emotions.
it'd be bad
man.
to try to pad
I
out
will.
for an hour after all the emotions that happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
That's fine.
the feels are so much that it's like twice the level of an episode.
Right. Absolutely. I'll just read all this feedback.
Oh yeah, that's we could do that.
Yep.
Did you guys see this thing in the chat? Somebody's like, final episode of Drunks and Dragons, Aludra stands alone, level 99, over the graves of her former champions. Steps into a magic circle and kills herself. Every grave glows and starts to shake. The podcast cuts off suddenly.
Oh my god.
I'm stealing that.
That's good.
So
I'm stealing
good.
that. That'll be the end. Thank you, everyone, for these beautiful iTunes reviews. FreeSlad279 says,
Oh, my only son.
"Don't pass this up. That baby Sladdy died too."
Oh my god, what is the
Oh,
shit?
Nerdy Gay Guy from the USA says, "Love this podcast." I have to say, I love when Tim reads a review in that weird, sexy voice, and when Bachmann does his movie announcer voice. Sorry, neither of them are doing it. It's me.
Maybe in the future.
Good luck. Good luck next time. Okay. Quirky Owl from the United States says, "Awesome podcast. I love listening to your podcast while I'm at work. It's funny and you're all awesome. Great podcast." A Walls. Why am I doing this when I'm coughing?
Yeah. They're just dying to bring you these reviews.
I'm
Do
so.
you? I was gonna say, do you want to send them to like Bachmann or Jennifer?
Fuck that.
Oh, okay.
I want to watch him suffer.
A Walls 91 says, "A hilarious world of misadventure. Dive deep into the world of drunk heroes where anything is possible." And a lot of other stuff. Thank you. That's beautiful. Kill your mom and love your dad is how they end it.
Oh my god.
Sickin Mahawkener, this is hard, says, "Dirty birds, mate. I Patreon these fools, hopefully make them all independently wealthy so they can do nothing but podcasts every day."
Uh-huh.
Amen.
You guys make me hopeful that there is hope for us not to let our dreams be dreams, but a reality, a fake reality when we can dream about when our real reality, we can dream about to make our real reality out of. Thanks. Okay.
That fragmented my brain.
I probably just read it really badly. Jazz Baz says, "Spoiler alert, kind of. I'm only on episode 31, but if I don't get me my weekly halfling Darkblade fill, I'm gonna freak."
Oh no, buddy! You've got so many deaths to go through.
Seriously though, he better pull a Jon Snow real fast, or a piece of me will be gone forever.
Well,
Say bye bye.
I hope that you have Voldemorted yourself because you're gonna need several pieces of you.
Today ain't your day.
Thank you for bringing up Unforgivable.
Always.
It's a beautiful thing, says Brent Perrin from Canada. "G'day, mate. Who needs therapy when you have Drunks and Dragons to make you smile?" Sorry about
We need
this
therapy.
This is an awesome podcast for D&D faithful and newbies alike. Listen for your daily dose of dark past dragon boners, cool headbands, clumsy dwarves, and even the occasional choo-choo. Keep it dicey.
Occasional.
Hey, but this last one was all our fault, so.
Rabuzo.
Again. Don't you dare put this on me.
Rabuzo says, "G'day, mates." He's from the United States. "Can't recommend this podcast enough. I can't listen to Needle and May by Elliott Smith without laughing, crying, and thinking about Tom the Dragonborn. And now maybe Harper."
Well.
Love to die.
Very belated listener from the United States says, "Awesome podcast." Brent is awesome. Xbox GT from the United States says, "D&D and D&D and D&D." And he says, "Oh my god, so adequate." Thank you.
Was it 7 Ds?
I don't know.
Oh, or are they just saying we are adequate?
No, they're saying we're adequate, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Joe the Drunken Dwarf from the United States says, drunken hilarity. My homie Aludra from Canada. G'day, mate. Best podcast ever. I wish your episodes were longer. Sorry about this week.
Not this one in
This is
particular.
Bunbury the Great says, continually enjoyable. Bill Fox Fritz Loser says, by way of the Vermilion Minotaur. Oh, that's from our good friends, not our good friends, people we paid to advertise for us
Our
on
best
Magic Tavern.
friends.
Thank you for that. Red Drake from Sweden says, awesome. And Jack Norman Inc. says, dope. Colton Griffith says, the most entertaining podcast. And Hyuga this is Japanese. Hinata Ro says, a healthy dose of insanity. Oh, wait, this says something good about me, so I'm going to read it. An amazing romantic comedy centered around the lovely dwarven maiden Aludra. Join her on an adventure of self-discovery and her gang of quirky friends, her buddy cop bestie Tom, the slyest of Sly Tum, and the wise and slightly twitchy Junpei. This person needs to get caught up. From fighting zombies to learning that the best improvised throwing weapons is your enemy's severed heads, you'll be enamored and in tears from laughing. But seriously, an amazing dynamic between some hilarious, wholly wonderful people, all brought together by the genius that is Michael DiMauro.
Oh, so nice.
Please. Did you write this, Michael?
This is great. A beautifully
Have you not
crafted,
listened since Junpei?
a beautifully crafted world filled with zany adventures and a gripping story. Jennifer, Tim, Michael B, and Nika, you all bring a great amount of joy to my day and save the lives of my coworkers regularly. Thanks so much and keep being awesome. He didn't mention Jaela, but he said you, Nika, so it's
Maybe he
confusing.
thinks Junpei and I are the same.
Maybe it. No Good says, favorite podcast.
Oh, I thought they were saying we were no good. I was
Yeah. I'm like, wow, why would
would you say that?
Fig from the U.S. says, I found this by chance when I misspelled dragon into Google.
That is literally the best way you could find our podcast.
I'm happy about this.
That's great. I started listening knowing nothing about D&D, and trust me, that's fine. The hosts do a great job explaining things as they go along. I don't think that's true. We're very funny and yada, 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 yada. And thank you. I hope you don't mind, but I've named our newest resident Percy Ham Hands. He has really big paws. Oh, because they work at a dog sanctuary. Aww.
Oh, I'm so.
That's
I
so
hope
sweet.
That pup is out there doing great.
I have a
Aw.
question about this. If you could write in an answer, are the dogs allowed to self-govern at this sanctuary, or do they follow the human rule of law? Thank you.
They said, I work for a dog sanctuary with animals that are unadoptable due to physical and mental issues as a result of neglect or abuse. Oh, that's so sad. And it gets pretty sad when it's just me and the puppers, and I like to listen to funny podcasts, and this is one of my favorites. Plus, I think it cheers the dogs up.
Aww.
That's
I
probably
like
true.
that. Like, that makes my life seem so much better that there might be a dog that's happier because it listens to my dumb
Yeah.
voice.
And his name is Percy Ham Hands.
How many times will I cry tonight? A lot.
Let me count the ways.
Arcade Error Win from Canada says, this podcast is great. Believe it. G'day, mate. This podcast inspired me to dive into tabletop DMing, a campaign for my friends. The show is worth your time and also your Patreon bucks. Thanks for the hosts.
Hell yeah.
Thanks to the hosts
Thank
for the hundreds of hours of fun. This is really hard. I can't read anything. Dean Win 88 from the UK says, funniest D&D podcast around. Bois from Canada says, great podcast. Oh my God, there's still more.
Maybe you should cut them. Maybe we can.
We got.
Yeah.
We're so close. We're so close.
Get it.
Jaela says, sup fellas. Just another Joe from USA says, best live play VeggieTales podcast around.
I would absolutely do that.
Oh,
Holy shit! Is there a VeggieTales tabletop? Googling.
old
Not yet.
Rattlesnake from the US says, roll for dick jokes, and we did it. Whew. We made it through. Thank you everybody for listening. If you want to get in touch with us, we're on Twitter at Geekly Inc. or at D&D Podcast. I'm at Thrifty Nerd.
I'm at Tim Lanning. I'm at Jennifer Cheek.
I'm at Nika_Howard.
I'm at the Mike Bachmann. I've never done that before.
Oh my gosh, it's the first time.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Crazy. Didn't get your fill of action and adventure in this episode of Drunks and Dragons? Well, you can check out these other Geekly Inc. shows, including Brute Force, Cast of Thrones, Cthulhu and Friends, The Host Westworld, Transformation Sequence, and Your Wizardary. You can also visit us at geeklyinc.com, where you can read the always updating content and check out some fan art by the talented community artists. Afterwards, make sure to head over to the shop and buy some merchandise for your next adventuring quest. When you've finished jerking your heart, head over to iTunes to leave us a 5-star rating and review. Want to do another listen through? Check out the D&D Podcast Abridged episodes available for download now. All the fun in a tenth of the time. Also, don't forget to head over to patreon.com/D&D podcast, where you can donate a monthly amount to help us make this podcast better with each episode. GeeklyCon 2017 tickets are on sale. It's going to be held in St. Louis, and you can get your ticket as well as your hotel room. Information is available on the forums for ride or room shares, so grab your ticket and get ready for fun. New episodes come out every Monday, so go subscribe, get your quest log filled, and get ready for things to get dicey.
Yay, thank you everybody. We'll be back, I'm sure, with a really long episode. Oh, go ahead, Mr. Bachmann.
Real quick. I did find a VeggieTales.
Oh no.
It's not tabletop.
Is it Fiasco?
It's on this Russian website. It's VeggieTales 3D. And it had to translate the paragraph, the synopsis, which I would like to read for you now, if you'll.
Thank you.
Yes, please.
Have you ever been that the vegetables should have rights?
What?
Maybe it will come as a total nonsense, but you can be sure that while you're reading this text, in the kitchen with your cauliflower indulges wild ideas about freedom, and pumpkins, meanwhile, formulates initial ideas of the revolution. However, it is facing a revolt due to beat her from all other cerebellum.
Wow! Why are my vegetables trying to buck up against me in my own kitchen?
This is a Russian game, you said, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's 100% accurate.
Wow. Well, on that beautiful note, we will see you guys next week. Until then, keep it dicey.
All right.
We did it.
We did it.
That was like 51 solid minutes.
Yeah, man.
That was great.
That's enough.
That's fair.
I'm sure people will complain, but I feel like
You know what? They always do.
they'll complain no matter what. Love you guys.
Thank you so much.
But it's like, why? Why would you we had this great
It was
moment.
a good point to cut it.
We had
Yeah,
this great
I
moment,
agree.
and we're gonna just now you see an orc and fight it. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
Can I tell you guys something? When I was joking about jerking my heart, it was inspired by somebody on the internet. Took the beautiful Yuri on Ice song that said, "Can you feel my heartbeat?" but instead said, "Can you feel my heart nut?" And I've been
Oh my god. Do you have
a whole solid 2 weeks, and I just will find myself singing that to myself while I'm doing things, and I can't stop thinking about the concept of your heart nutting because it's just too emotional. You've got to let it nut every now and then.
Oh yeah.
To blow off steam.
Do you know what it was on?
Yes, I do. It was a reply to a tweet. Like someone just tweeted it, and I was like, "That's the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life." Yeah.
Okay.
No,
I believe
it was like a
It was
video.
on Fleek.
Yes.
Yeah,
they didn't sing it. They just tweeted it, and it was real funny.
Thank you, chat room. I'm gonna cut off the chat room. Sorry, chat
Bye.
room. Love you, chat room.
Bye.